All right. Welcome back to the show, guys. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Lyonel again. I am so looking forward to today's episodes with you because I have with me one of my favorite people of all time that I've been working with for the last, we figured out it's been 7 years now.
6 or 7 years.
Holy
Yeah.
crap, man. I just thought it was yesterday, right? But it's been that long. And this is Ralph Balkin. Ralph is an amazing human being, and his story is pretty freaking cool. And I figured everybody here should actually have a chance to hear from him, hear about what he's been through, and the different things that have transpired over the years working with him. So thank you for being here, Ralph.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Now, I know this is kind of a little informal thing because up until this morning, Ralph didn't really know what the heck was going on. I just kind of asked him if he'd be willing to come in and be here, and he's here, and he's like, I have no idea what we're going to be doing.
And so I'm still not sure what we're going to be doing, but I showed up, and that's all good.
Yeah, see, that's one of the things that I appreciate about you. You're not afraid to just show up.
Thank you.
Well, that wasn't always the case, though.
That's true.
Was it?
Very true.
So what's interesting is Ralph and I, we've had a really, really interesting beginning to our relationship. Do you want to tell them the story? Or would you like me to?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. The story actually starts that I wanted to come to the gym. I was referred by an employee from the hospital where my wife works. And we arrived at the gym to come and meet him, my wife and I. And when we got here, he wasn't here. So we waited 10 or 15 minutes and then we left. And I called him and I said, hey, listen, dude, I'm sorry, you weren't there and I'll find another trainer. So about 45 minutes later, my front doorbell rings and Lionel's standing at the front door. He arrived at my house. And I said, who are you and what are you doing here? He said, well, I'm Lyonel. And since I was late coming to the first meeting, I apologize. And I'm here at your house for the interview. So we kind of sat and started to chat on the couch and he threw a coin on the floor and he said, pick it up. And I picked it up and he said to me, that's the very last time you'll ever pick anything up like that in your entire life. I'm going to teach you how to squat and how to pick things up. And since then, it's been a love-hate relationship. I hate him many, many times. Even this morning when I came to the gym, I hated him before I started. When I saw the exercises written on the board, I cursed him from here until next week.
Yep.
But anyway, we got the job done.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very interesting beginning. Now, the one little thing about being here, you guys actually came early. And I was on my way back here to meet you guys. And when I got here, you left. And the reason why you left, though, isn't because I wasn't here on time, because I actually was. The reason why you left is because the gym next door happens to be a CrossFit gym. And when they walked in to meet me, they didn't come to my side. They walked into that.
You're absolutely
and they
correct.
saw what they were doing. And he was like, fuck no, I'm not doing this shit. I'm out of here.
That's absolutely true. I said to my wife, let's go right now. I didn't sign up for CrossFit.
Yeah. So it was a very interesting conversation that we had afterwards because I come back and I'm like, where are you guys? I thought you said you were here already. He's like, yeah, we left. We had another appointment we're on our way to. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, you schedule this. How do you have another appointment at the same time when you're supposed to be here? And I realized that, okay, maybe the gym scared him off. And I said something and he was like, yeah, I don't think that's my kind of thing. And I tried to explain that we're not the same. And so the only way I could convince him that that was the case was for me to show up where he was. So I simply asked, where do you live? He told me. I said, I know exactly where that is. I'll be right over. He thought I was kidding.
It's true, I did.
He really didn't think that was going to be like, yeah, right, this guy's just talking smack, no big deal, until I showed up at his doorstep. And he was like, holy crap, you really are here. Who are you? Like he said, his exact words are, who are you and what the hell are you doing here?
Over the years, I'm very grateful that he showed up at my door.
Yeah.
It's been 6 years of wonderful stuff.
Yeah. Well, you say that now.
True.
I remember a very different story when we started, at the beginning, it was kind of like first workout. Actually, we did the assessment right there at the place, right, at your house. So that was already clear. He was all excited about getting started. And then he showed up for the first workout. I remember our first workout was quite an interesting thing because we started, there was a particular order and sets and things that we were going to do. And we did about half of them. And what happened then?
I said, I'm done. I'm out of here. I said, I've done enough for the day. He said, but you haven't even started yet. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, what he first mentions that he started negotiating with me basically
I,
about what he was going to do. Said, okay, I've done this part right now. The rest of it, I'll do another day. You know, when I come back.
I'll keep it for later.
And I'm like, wait, what? No, that's not how it works. We have a certain amount of work that we're going to do for a very specific reason, and we're going to get everything done. He did not like that very much. He was actually pissed off at the fact that I made him do the rest of the work.
It's
right?
true, I was.
And he didn't
Very
say
ugly.
a single thing to me for the rest of the time. When we were finished, he was pissed. I mean, look on his face was just, I wish you death and everything else. And he's just stormed out of there, and he didn't say a single word to me. As I'm watching him leave, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I think this might be the last time I see him, because I don't think he's coming back. Not just the way he left, because he really was upset about the fact that I made him continue.
I didn't think I was coming back either, to be quite honest. I thought I
So
was done.
what happened? Because 2 days later he came back. So
I showed up the second time.
yeah,
and
went through the same thing all over again.
And I hated him more the second day than I did the first.
Yep.
But he made me persevere and pushed me, and it got better. But it was a very slow process.
Yeah, it
For the
was.
first couple of weeks, he wasn't sure, and I wasn't sure that we were going to have a relationship.
True.
I was
true.
pretty sure it was going to go south.
Yeah, true. For the first 2 weeks, every time he left, he would leave mad, upset, not a single word said to me. That was just literally, that was the constant. He'd show up, shake my hand, don't say anything, just go through, do the work, pissed off the whole time, leave pissed off, don't say anything, and that was it. After about 2 weeks, I remember the last time when he was walking out of here, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is the one where he's not coming back. Right when he's about to get out of the door, he turns around and goes, thanks. And then he leaves. At that point, okay, I knew it was done deal. I'm like, all right, now he's in, because he's finally, I guess, realizing the benefits of what was happening. Am I right?
Absolutely. And the benefits have been enormous. All my friends, when they see the kind of things that I do, are envious of me and want to know how I can do those kind of things at my age. So
yeah, let's talk about that. What is your age?
I'm 74 now.
Look at that. Young, spry 74-year-olds, right? I like that, man. I like that. See, that gives me, this is like, I tell you this, and I told you this morning,
It's
right?
true.
That what you do inspires the heck out of me for a few reasons. Number one, you didn't start doing this when you were in your 20s and 30s.
No,
like
that's true.
Most people out there, right, that have started some kind of workout program. You literally started this when you were in your late 60s.
Yeah, definitely. 67 or 68.
Yeah. That was the first time you actually worked in to go work out. So when people are thinking that, well, that can't be possible, you can't do things, and yeah, you totally proved that to be total bullshit. That the whole age thing is not there. But the second thing is the progress you've made during that time has been absolutely amazing to witness and watch. You know, I mean, from my end, it's like I am in awe of the things that you're capable of now that I know you couldn't do before.
And I enjoy doing it. That's the best part, is every day that I come here and I'm asked to do things that I don't really want to do, I still do them. Yeah. I may not do as many reps as he says I should, and instead of doing 12, I'll do 10, and that's okay. And I don't keep anything back for the next time either. I don't do that anymore either. That workout is done. We move on to the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you come in and you give me everything you have, and that's really all I've ever asked of you.
Right.
I've never asked you to do anything that you're incapable of. I've never asked you to do more than what you should. Just simply give me what you have. You do your best, the rest of it takes care of itself.
True.
And it's been pretty awesome watching your progress over time with this. So I'm really, really.
And the thing for me that's been really nice is that I've not lost or gained weight over the last 6 or 7 years. I've stayed constant, but I really do have much more muscle now than I used to have before, and I'm stronger. And I mean, I can pick things up that everybody's just in awe of me. All my friends want to be like me.
Yeah.
And I know how to pick them up now. That's a really big difference.
Right. Right. And we don't have to worry about all the issues and everything else. Because, I mean, there were some issues when we first started, weren't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Can we talk about some of those?
I don't remember particular ones, but I know that I have a slight dizzy condition. I have a hole in my middle ear. And he was very aware of that. And I told him that if my dizzy starts to get to me one day, if I ask you to hold my hand, just hold my hand, and it'll take me a second, and I continue on. And so my dizziness has gotten better over the years, and I can cope with it much better than I ever was able to. I also don't take as much meds as I used to. I still take meds, but nothing as much as I used to. So I'm grateful for that as well.
Awesome, awesome. I know that there were some issues with pain, especially with your knees and things like that in the beginning.
And my hips bothered me a little, and my arthritis is the thing that really gets to me. So when my arthritis is bad, then I say, well, maybe I won't do it today, but I just grind through it. Today was one of those days where it bothered me, but I just grind through it and keep on going.
Really? Today?
Driving me nuts this morning.
What?
My
Okay,
hands were,
there's absolutely no way I would have known that watching you move
I
today.
didn't say
Are you
anything.
kidding me? Today of all days, right? Really?
I didn't say anything to you, but
Wow.
I
Okay.
was
Yeah,
not a
it
happy
didn't look
camper.
like it. It didn't look like it at all. Because I know when it's like for you sometimes when things flare up, right? Because there's specific things that you do or ways that you look. So I kind of know how to adjust or pull back or leave
Right.
you alone during those times. But today definitely didn't look like
Oh,
one of
yeah, you
those.
adjusted real well today. Thank you.
Oh, you welcome.
Real well today.
Wasn't that awesome?
Uh-huh.
Wasn't that awesome?
Mhm.
So we tried to do something today where we had to pick up some heavy stuff, right? And he kind of complained about, well, I can't pick this up because it's basically making me unable to breathe.
Right.
And so he went for something much lighter. And I figured out how to actually get him to do the same thing without doing the same thing. It was fun, wasn't it?
So it was the same weight, but just a different way of holding it.
Yeah. And it made it work, right?
It did.
And at the end of the day, you feel better for it.
And every time I complain and say I can't breathe, he says, "You're okay. You're talking to me. You can breathe." That's his famous line.
Well, it's true though. If you can talk, you can breathe,
It's
right?
true.
So that's really not something to be worried about. No, but I think that's fantastic. So tell us, Ralph. I mean, since you started, I know you're retired and you get to run around and do pretty much all kind of fun things all day long.
It's true.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I was a travel agent for 40 years and I stopped about 5 years ago. And I sent my wife out to work. Thank God she's a nurse. And so she takes care of us. And I'm very grateful to be at the gym. I go to Starbucks. I read a book. I play on the internet. I do emails. And I'm a very happy camper. The best thing I ever did was retire. My wife is very grateful because I cook and I clean and I can do anything at home that she doesn't like to do, or even things that she likes to do. I do them for her because she works such long hours. So I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah. Wow. That's yeah, that's pretty cool. Travel agent are people that book travel for you before Google.
No, that's true.
100%.
That's why I stopped a while ago because Google got in my way and Google was kicking my ass. So I said, there's enough of that. And I said, I'm done with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think there's still some out there that still do that.
Yeah, there are. But you have to pay a fee, and that's okay. I don't mind paying a fee. My old agency that I work for is still in business, and if you go to them, they charge you $100 to walk in the door, and the $100 goes towards the trip when you buy it. If you don't buy it, you can't have my knowledge and my expertise for free.
Makes sense.
And so then you have to pay for it.
Makes sense.
So, and lots of them are like that today, and that's how they survive.
Totally makes sense. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. So tell me, Ralph, I mean, what's transpired over the years, man, that makes you think? I mean, I know you're happy here, right?
At the gym or in the country? Or both. Very. I'm very happy in the country. It's been an amazing life. And every day I say a prayer and I thank God for the amazing life I've had in this country. And at the gym, especially now, it's the other people that are the same kind of age as me or even older. And it's really great to see the 3 or 4 people that are in the older age group that are all doing as well as we are doing. And everybody is thriving. And I mean, really thriving under this guy. A lot of the times he's a shithead, but I really like him. I love him.
Okay.
Sorry, my brother.
Okay. It's okay. All right, good. So I'm on the good side now. I'm on the shithead list. That's good. Oh man. Okay. So I almost don't know where to go with this one, right? It's not every day that you get me stumped,
it's true.
but right now you definitely got me there. So Ralph, tell me, I mean, I know this, like, we've seen a lot of changes with both you and at one point with Janine as
Right.
well, right?
Sure.
You want to share about that experience and what that was like when.
Well, it was, I introduced my wife to Lyonel as well because she had a lot of trouble with her balance and had some serious back and hip issues. issues. And I was actually quite amazed at what Lyonel was able to do for her the first time that she came in. And she was sure she was going to fall over when he said, stand on one leg, but don't worry, I'm here to catch you. And she was not sure that was going to happen. And she stood on one leg, and slowly but surely he helped her, and her balance got better. And then she held a stick like a walking stick to try and help her with that. And then he had a whole bunch of stuff that he did incredible things with her and made her balance much better. And now she is doing much better. And especially since she works such long hours and hard hours as a full-time nurse, full-time RN. And fortunately, she enjoys her job a lot. So Lyonel was instigative in doing that and taking care of us as a whole family.
All right. Thank you for listening to today's episode. It was amazing listening to Ralph's story. I know you guys are mesmerized by this, but make sure you tune in next week for part 2 of his incredible story, and you can really truly hear and see what's happened with him. And in the meantime, if you guys have any questions, as you know, you can look us up online at getlyonstrong.com, or you can find us on all social media platforms at getlyonstrong. Reach out, ask questions. Let's have a conversation. Let's figure out what's going on with you, and if we can help you do what you need to do to become the biggest, baddest version of who you were designed to be. Have a great one, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.